Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a deep dive into one of the smartest and most cost-effective ways to upgrade your home security without breaking the bank. We're talking about how to turn your old smartphone into a fully functional security camera system. And here's the cool part. This same trick can also double as a baby monitor, a pet cam, or even a small business surveillance tool. So instead of letting that phone gather dust in your drawer, you're going to give it a brand new purpose. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to transform a device you thought was outdated into a reliable, smart security setup. Now, let's begin by talking about why this is such a powerful idea. Every year, millions of people upgrade their smartphones. The new phone always feels fresh, faster, and loaded with the latest features. But what happens to the old one? Most of the time, it gets tossed in a box, hidden in a drawer, or forgotten in a cabinet. Some people even think of selling it, but the resale value for older phones is usually very low. So what's the alternative? Instead of letting it sit unused or trying to sell it for next to nothing, why not repurpose it into something that saves you money? That's where this DIY security camera idea comes in. Think about it. Modern smartphones already come with powerful cameras, Wi-Fi connectivity, microphones, speakers, and processors. All of those features are the same ones used in professional security cameras. The only real difference is that a smartphone is more versatile and can run apps to customize the experience. So in reality, you already own a mini security camera. It just needs to be set up properly. Let's lay out what you'll need. The list is actually very short, which is what makes this project so appealing. First, you'll need your old smartphone. It doesn't matter if it's an Android or an iPhone, and it doesn't even have to be the latest model. As long as the camera works, the microphone works, and it can connect to Wi-Fi, you're good to go. Second, you'll need a stable Wi-Fi connection at home. This is crucial because the phone will be streaming video either to your current phone or to a cloud storage service. Third, you'll need a way to keep the phone powered, since security cameras need to run continuously. A wall charger works fine, but you can also use a longer cable or even a wireless charging stand to make it look clean. Fourth, you'll need a security camera app. This is the brain of the operation. Apps like Alfred Camera, ManyThing, At-Home Camera, IP Webcam, or even smaller niche apps can turn your phone into a streaming security camera in minutes. Now, before we jump into the technical setup, let's pause and think about why this approach is so much better than just going out and buying a regular security camera. A standard security camera, especially a smart one, can cost anywhere between $50 to $300 per unit. And if you want multiple cameras to cover your entire home, that cost adds up quickly. On top of that, many cameras require a monthly subscription for cloud storage or advanced features like motion detection alerts. With an old smartphone, you're reusing what you already own. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars up front, and you can still access the same features like live streaming, motion alerts, and even cloud storage if you want. And since you already know how to use your phone, the learning curve is practically zero. Let's go step by step through the setup process. Step 1. Prepare your old phone. If it's been sitting unused for months or years, give it a quick reset. This will clear out all the old apps, files, and junk that might slow it down. Once you've reset it, set it up as a brand new device. You don't need to install a bunch of apps. In fact, the fewer the better. All you really need is the camera app you're going to use for security. Step 2. Connect the phone to Wi-Fi. Make sure the connection is stable and has a good signal in the area you want to place the phone. If your Wi-Fi doesn't reach certain spots, consider using a Wi-Fi extender to boost the signal. Step 3. Download the security camera app of your choice. For example, Alfred Camera is one of the easiest and most popular apps. It allows you to use your old phone as a camera and your new phone as a viewer. Just install it on both devices, log into the same account, and choose one phone to act as the camera and the other as the viewer. Step 4. Set the phone in position. Place it on a stable surface or mount it to a wall, making sure it has a clear view of the area you want to monitor. Step 5. Plug it in so it has continuous power. Step 6. Customize the app settings to your liking. You can enable motion detection, choose the video quality, set up alerts, and decide whether you want to store footage locally or in the cloud. At this point, you're officially running a security camera. You can now open the app on your current phone and check the live feed anytime. If motion is detected, you'll get a notification. If you enable recording, you'll have stored footage you can review later. And just like that, you've transformed an old phone into a valuable tool. But let's expand this idea further, because the possibilities don't stop here. One of the most common uses of this DIY security camera system is baby monitoring. Parents spend a lot of money on dedicated baby monitors, but an old smartphone can do the same job, and sometimes even better. Here's how. Using the same app setup, place the old phone in your baby's nursery. Make sure it's positioned so you can see the crib clearly. Many apps also allow sound detection, so you'll get an alert if your baby starts crying. Some even allow two-way audio, meaning you can speak through your phone to calm your baby, or sing a lullaby until you arrive in the room. And since this system works over Wi-Fi, you can check in on your baby not just from the living room, but from anywhere, even if you're at work or traveling. That's something many traditional baby monitors can't do. Another popular use case is pet monitoring. If you've ever wondered what your dog or cat does while you're not home, now you can find out. Place the phone in the living room or wherever your pet spends most of its time, and you'll be able to check in anytime. This is especially useful if your pet has separation anxiety, or if you want to make sure they're not chewing up your furniture. With two-way audio, you can even talk to them, which can sometimes help calm them down. But maybe you're not a parent and you don't have pets. Does this still make sense for you? Absolutely. Think about home security in general. Place one phone near your front door, another near the back door, and maybe one in the living room. With multiple old phones, you've now built yourself a full home security system for free. And since these phones are portable, you can reposition them whenever you need to. Hosting a party? Place one in the hallway to keep an eye on things. Traveling? Move one closer to the entrance so you can monitor deliveries or unexpected visitors. The flexibility is unmatched. Let's dig a little deeper into the apps, because choosing the right one can make a big difference. Alfred Camera, for example, is known for its simplicity. It offers live streaming, motion detection, two-way audio, and even cloud storage. ManyThing is another app that focuses heavily on recording and cloud features. IP Webcam is more advanced and gives you the ability to connect the camera feed directly to your computer, or even use it as part of a larger security system. At-Home Camera has a strong reputation for reliability and allows you to connect multiple devices together. Each app has its pros and cons, and the one you choose will depend on what features matter most to you. Some are completely free with optional upgrades, while others require a subscription for advanced options like longer cloud storage or higher video resolution. Now let's cover some advanced setups. For example, what if you want night vision? Most old phones don't have built-in infrared, which is what many professional security cameras use. But you can still make it work. Some apps enhance low-light video with digital processing, making it easier to see in the dark. You can also position the phone in areas that already have some ambient light, like near a night light or a hallway lamp. Another option is to buy an inexpensive infrared light source online. These are invisible to the human eye, but can be picked up by most phone cameras, effectively giving you night vision. What about storage? If you don't want to pay for cloud storage, you can still save videos locally on the phone. Just keep in mind that older phones may not have much storage space. To get around this, you can connect the phone to your computer and offload the videos every once in a while. Some apps even let you stream directly to a computer or a network storage device, so you don't have to worry about filling up the phone. Let's also talk about internet usage. Streaming video does consume data, and if you're viewing the feed remotely, it can use quite a bit of bandwidth. If your home internet has a data cap, keep this in mind. One way to reduce usage is to lower the video resolution in the app settings. Instead of streaming in full HD, you could stream in standard definition, which still gives you a clear enough picture for most purposes. Now, let's imagine some real-world scenarios. Picture this. You're at work and you get a notification from your DIY security camera app. You open it and see someone approaching your front door. It's the delivery person dropping off a package. You're able to confirm the package is safe and even record the interaction for future reference. Or maybe you're on vacation and you want to make sure everything is fine at home. With just a tap on your phone, you can instantly see a live feed of your living room or backyard. That peace of mind is priceless. Or let's switch to baby monitoring. Imagine your baby wakes up in the middle of the night and starts crying. Instead of running into the room right away, you check the feed first. You see that your baby has simply stirred a little and is settling back down. No need to fully wake them or yourself. Or maybe you see that your baby is standing up in the crib and really does need attention. Either way, you get instant information that helps you respond appropriately. And here's a fun one, pet monitoring. You're curious about what your dog does when you leave. You set up the phone and check the feed later. Turns out, your dog spends most of the time sleeping on the couch. But you also catch a funny moment where your cat is jumping on the table. Not only is this helpful for keeping an eye on them, but it can also provide some entertaining footage. Now let's shift gears into troubleshooting. What if the phone overheats? This is actually a common issue when the phone is running continuously. To avoid this, don't place it in direct sunlight or in a hot area. Make sure it has some ventilation. If overheating continues, lower the video resolution or turn off unnecessary features. Another issue is poor Wi-Fi connection. If the feed keeps cutting out, try moving the phone closer to the router or use a Wi-Fi extender. What if the battery drains too fast, even when plugged in? Make sure you're using a high-quality charger and cable. Some older chargers may not provide enough power for continuous streaming. Also, disable other background apps that might be draining the battery. Another troubleshooting tip is for motion detection. Sometimes the app might send too many notifications, even when nothing important is happening. This can be fixed by adjusting the sensitivity settings. Lower the sensitivity so it only triggers for larger movements, like a person walking by, instead of small changes like shadows or pets moving. Let's also talk about security and privacy. Since you're using a phone as a camera, you want to make sure only you can access it. Always set strong passwords on the app and use two-factor authentication if it's available. Be cautious about granting permissions and always update the app to the latest version to ensure you have the latest security fixes. If the app offers encryption, enable it to make sure your video feed is private. Now let's go bigger. Imagine creating a full multi-camera setup using nothing but old phones. Maybe you have one phone near the front door, another in the backyard, one in the garage, and one in the nursery. With the right app, you can connect all of them and view them on a single screen. This gives you a professional-grade security system without spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. You can even dedicate a tablet or computer as a central viewing station, so you always have an eye on what's happening around your home. And here's another advanced tip: integration with smart home devices. Some camera apps are compatible with Google Home, Amazon Alexa, or other smart assistants. This means you can say something like, "Show me the living room camera," and the feed will pop up on your smart display. This makes the system even more powerful and convenient. Now, let's answer some frequently asked questions. Question 1. Can I use this without Wi-Fi? The answer is yes, but with limitations. You could record footage locally on the phone without streaming, but you won't be able to view it remotely. For full functionality, Wi-Fi is essential. Question 2. Does it work on both Android and iPhone? Yes. Most apps are available on both platforms. Just make sure to choose an app that supports your devices. Question 3. What about data usage? If you're streaming remotely, it will use data. But if you're just recording locally, it won't use much at all. Question 4. Can I use multiple phones? Definitely. In fact, the more phones you use, the better coverage you'll have. Question 5. Is it safe? Yes, as long as you follow good security practices like strong passwords and using trusted apps. Another question people often ask is, what if my old phone is really old, like 5 or 6 years old? As long as it can run the app and connect to Wi-Fi, it should still work. The video quality might not be as sharp as a newer phone, but for security purposes, it's usually more than enough. Now let's talk about cost savings. A brand new smart security camera system with multiple units could easily cost several $100s up front, plus a monthly subscription. By reusing your old phones, you're essentially getting all the same functionality for free. The only potential cost might be a phone mount, a tripod, or a small subscription fee if you want advanced features like extended cloud storage. But even then, you're saving hundreds compared to buying new equipment. There's also an environmental benefit. Electronic waste is a growing problem worldwide. By repurposing your old phone instead of tossing it or letting it sit unused, you're reducing waste and making a more sustainable choice. It's a win-win for both you and the planet. Let's also explore some creative use cases outside the home. Suppose you own a small shop or cafe. Instead of investing in expensive security cameras right away, you can set up a few old phones to monitor the entrance, the counter, and the storage room. Or maybe you run a small office and want to keep an eye on the workspace after hours. Again, old phones can do the job perfectly. You can even take this idea on the road. For example, set up a phone in your car as a makeshift dashcam or parking security camera. All you need is a car charger to keep it powered. This way, you can monitor your vehicle when it's parked or record while driving. Another cool idea is to use it as a travel security cam. If you're staying in a hotel or an Airbnb, place the phone inside the room to monitor your belongings while you're out. This gives you an added layer of peace of mind when you're traveling. Let's also expand on baby monitoring, since that's such a popular use. A traditional baby monitor usually has one camera and one receiver. But with an old smartphone system, you can set up multiple angles, one phone pointed at the crib, another at the play area. You can even set alerts for both sound and motion, which is something many baby monitors don't offer at the same price range. Plus, since you're using a phone, you can check in on your baby from anywhere in the world. If you're at work and missing your little one, just open the app and take a peek. Parents also love the two-way audio feature. Let's say your baby wakes up and starts fussing. You can talk through the phone and comfort them with your voice, buying yourself a few minutes before you go into the room. This can be incredibly helpful during nap times or late at night. Now let's talk about longevity. How long can you realistically use a phone as a security camera? The answer depends on how well you maintain it. If it's kept plugged in with a good quality charger, placed in a cool location, and only running the necessary app, it can last for years. Some people have been running old phones as cameras continuously for 2 or 3 years without any issues. The key is to treat it like a dedicated device and not load it up with other apps or tasks. Another tip for longevity is to dim the screen or use apps that allow you to turn the screen off while still streaming video. This reduces wear and tear on the display and prevents burn-in. Now let's imagine the full potential of this system. With multiple old phones, a good Wi-Fi network, and the right app, you essentially have your own personal CCTV system. You can view all your feeds on a single dashboard, get instant alerts when motion is detected, talk through the cameras if needed, and review recordings at any time. All without spending thousands of dollars. And don't forget about customization. Since you're the one setting it up, you decide where the cameras go, what they record, and how you access the footage. You can adjust the settings anytime without relying on a professional installer or a third-party company. Let's wrap this up with a big picture perspective. Technology is moving fast, and we're constantly upgrading our devices. But that doesn't mean the old ones lose all their value. In fact, with a little creativity, an old smartphone can become one of the most valuable tools in your home. By turning it into a security camera, a baby monitor, a pet cam, or a business surveillance system, you're unlocking its hidden potential. You're saving money, reducing waste, and gaining peace of mind all at the same time. So here's the bottom line. Before you throw away or sell that old phone, think twice. It might just become the security system you never knew you needed. Whether you're protecting your home, watching over your baby, keeping an eye on your pets, or monitoring your business, this simple DIY solution has you covered. And that's it for today's deep dive. Now you know how to turn your old smartphone into a complete security camera system. You know what apps to use, how to set it up, where to place it, how to troubleshoot it, and even how to use it for babies, pets, or travel. If you found this helpful, make sure to share it with someone else who has an old phone lying around. Trust me, they'll thank you for it. And if you love tips like this, stick around, because we've got plenty more creative and money-saving ideas coming your way.